That's a word you hear all the time with autism, the spectrum. And they call it a spectrum because any type of behavior from the low functioning end to the high functioning end that exhibits anything that seems to be autistic is put under this giant umbrella called the spectrum. And that's frustrating because how do you react and serve people who have such differing, I mean, you wouldn't treat someone with no verbal abilities the same you would someone who knows more about nuclear science at 14 than you'll ever know. So what are the causes? Maybe if we knew the causes. Nobody knows. There are theories, but they're just theories at this point. And I've read these theories over and over again trying to understand them. There's one that involves breast milk and antibodies created by the breast milk. There's another one that says the brain grows too quickly. Now, if you think about it, the human brain has to grow at a particular rate so that connections are made for everything to work right? It makes sense, so that you can crawl and walk and talk and read. The accelerated brain theory says the brain grows too quickly and misconnections are made so that some parts of the brain are left without a connection. It goes kind of haywire. That's a scientific term, haywire. The best way to think of the accelerated brain theory is this example I was given. Imagine a symphony where all the players are there and they're all playing, but they're not all playing the same thing. Imagine how confusing that would be. And confusing is the word. I'm telling you, I've read this stuff. It's way over my head. So what do I do for my son? I mean, go on the internet and Google autism. Thousands and thousands of pages of treatments and experts and celebrities who have cured their kids. Treatments that range from corporal punishment to strict behavioral regimens to massive doses of specific vitamins. How do you treat something you don't know the cause of? They prescribe drugs. How do you prescribe a drug for something you don't know the cause of? I'm not criticizing. Seriously, I'm just asking a question. I'm trying to help him. I don't want him on drugs. If we said we wanted him on drugs, we'd have him on drugs by Monday. But I don't want that because we're drug happy in this country. We throw drugs at everything. Have you ever seen such a proliferation of drug ads as you see now on television, magazine, newspapers? Every other ad's a drug. They're crazy. It only makes sense if you think about it that the generation that used drugs recreationally is now using them to solve every problem in their life. But these drugs are crazy. You see the ads in the magazines, they'll have one page of the drug, and then the next 6 pages a disclaimer about the crap that can happen to you if you take the drug. Listen to these drugs. These are real drugs. Wellbutrin. Have you heard of Wellbutrin? It's an antidepressant. Lots of people on antidepressants because you can't have a bad day. Can't go like this in life. Got to be like that. Wellbutrin is a drug that is an antidepressant, but it has a huge plus side, no sexual side effects. Yes. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of antidepressants have sexual side effects, which is a drag. So you feel good, but you feel good, but you can't feel good, which ultimately is going to make you not feel good, if you know what I'm saying. So no sexual side effects. However, it does have one side effect, has a tendency to cause seizures, which I think we'll all agree is incredibly attractive to your sexual partner. Because nothing says I love you more than a little foam right around here. Ooh, you must like me. If you look at these drugs, they all have these flowery names. It's not the chemical name. The chemical name's always underneath it in parentheses. But they have these names like Wellbutrin. See, you're depressed, but Wellbutrin. There's another drug, an antidepressant called Abilify. Change that F to a T, it's Ability. Orencia, Lunesta. All these great names that some marketing guy came up with, except one. There's only one drug that doesn't have a name like that. Flomax. That's because it's for guys, and we're too stupid to figure out. You got to tell us exactly what it's going to do for me. Why don't they just call it P-Hard? Flomax, I'm quoting now, is for men who are experiencing a weak stream. Never thought of it as a stream before. I am experiencing a little less velocity than I used to have, and I'm involved in far fewer peeing contests than I used to be in. Every guy in this room's been in a peeing contest, don't lie. When you were younger, yes, you went up against some other guy, time, distance, knocking over Coke cans. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, side effects of Flomax can cause you to faint. You know why? Because after all those years of a weak stream, you can't believe the fire hose you're holding. Somebody's going to get hurt. Lack of sex drive has been reported. No time for sex when you pee into the max. And dry mouth, which makes sense because every liquid in your body is leaving. But my favorite new drug is this drug called Zyrtec. You know this drug? The first time I saw a TV commercial for it, I didn't even know what the drug was. I was so transfixed by the television commercial. Turns out it's for like hay fever or something. But in the commercial, this woman, alone in her apartment, is writing a letter to her cat. She's writing a letter to her cat. Okay, I got a couple questions right away. You got a cat that reads? Why aren't you making money off that cat right now? And secondly, I can see the cat in the commercial. Turn around, the cat's right behind you on the couch. Why are you writing it a letter? Have things gone so badly in your relationship with the cat that you're not speaking anymore? You're now communicating via mail with your cat? And I hate to sound judgmental, but if you're writing letters to a cat, there's a reason you're single.